Good afternoon from the Tacoma Dome. The excitement is building and about ready to burst. We have the 4A State Championship here on the WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union. Here on the Eli NFHS Sports Network, the Mount Si Wildcats take on the Richland Bombers. And this is, again, as we mentioned, powered by the Giza Credit Union. And it's also a big assist from the Vancouver Public Schools and Richland High School. Big crew of folks in the corner there, youngsters, been working the cameras around the court. It looks like a spaceship inside there. They're pushing buttons and keeping us on the air. But boy, nothing like a state championship game to bring out the crew here in the crowd at the Tacoma Dome. It is hyped up. With me, we got Noah McFadden, Joe Withy, and Max Schuster. And we are all set and ready to go. Mount Si, they come in as the #1 seed, 22-2 in their KingCo League. Overall 16-0 in the KingCo League. Offense, they've been putting up 76 points a game. Defense, 52 points a game. They got here, they went to the region round, defeated Kentwood 83-62, earned a first round bye. In the quarterfinals, they defeated #2 seed Tacoma 71-53. And yesterday in the semifinals, a 57-45 win over Davis. For the Richland Bombers, 23-4, 16-0 in the Mid-Columbia League. Offense is putting up 77 points a game. Defense 54. In the regional round, they defeated Tacoma 77-59. They also got a first round bye. Quarterfinals, they defeated Kentwood 84-60. In the semis yesterday, they defeated Glacier Peak 70-59. And Max, I'll let you tell us a little bit more about the Richland Bombers.
Yeah, so coming into this game, the Bombers are definitely going to have to focus on feeding Westerfield inside. This will be really the first time we've seen another sizely opponent against Westerfield at the post position. Mount Si has some height, unlike the other teams that Richland has faced to get to this point.
Yeah, Lucas Westerfield, he's a big 6'10", post player. He had 20 points, 12 rebounds in the game last night against Glacier Peak.
Yeah, and another player for the Bombers that had 17 points last night is their floor commander. That's Josh Woodard. He had 11 rebounds in that matchup as well. So kind of the guy who sets the offense, and offense will run through him. And then the last player for the Bombers would be Jack Forbes, who had 14 points and 26 points in the opening round versus Kentwood. So that's kind of their three guys for the Bombers, and there's three guys for the Mount Si Wildcats as well.
All right, Joe, do you know what do we know about Mount Si?
Hey, Mount Si has some D1 commits like Blake Forrest. He's headed toward Eastern Washington, and Trevor Hennig, averaging 22.9 a game, is headed toward Weber State. And Lat Ford has made quite a splash in the Tacoma Dome this week with 8 dunks. He had 4 in the first half the other night in their blowout win over Tacoma. So a lot of talent there from Mount Si, for sure. And they've played in 3 of the last, this will be 4 of the last 5 state championship games, winning 1.
Mount Si has a program. They, you said they won it in 2019, and appeared was again.
They lost in 2019 to Gonzaga.
Okay.
They won it in 2020. And they lost to Curtis in 2022 in a tremendous overtime game. So this will be their 4th appearance in the last 5 years. They missed last year on an upset from Olympia.
All right.
And these two teams faced off last year here in the Tacoma Dome. Mount Si got that first round bye and played Richland, and they defeated Richland 70-46. So last time these two teams faced off, very heavily in favor for Mount Si.
And Richland, I know, would like to recover from that, but more importantly, a first place trophy set for the winner of this game. We are going to take a break. This is the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please stand for our national anthem, sung today by Bella Citron and Autumn Tabonsa.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting, deep through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say that that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now let's meet the team. First, here are the non-starters for Mount Si. 0, Jake Kowalski. 11, Marshall Smith. 15, Nate Gardner. 24, Brady Hennig. 32, Hudson Mostrip. 33, Peyton Stokesbury. And 41, Joe Connors. And now the reserve players for the Richland Bombers. Number 2, Brayden Pratt. Number 4, Braylon Edwards. Number 10, Josiah Scacco. Number 14, Sylen Kiesel-Kauhane. Number 22, Jackson Woodard. Number 24, Chris Daniels. And number 30, Kayshaun Davis. Now here are the state championship starting lineups. For Mount Si, a guard, a 5'11 senior, number 2, Blake Forrest. For Richland, guard, 6'4 sophomore, number 1, Landen Northrop. For Mount Si forward, 6'6 sophomore, number 3, Lat Ford. For Richland, a forward, a 6'6 sophomore, number 3, Lance Horntvedt. For the Wildcats, a guard, a 6'4 senior, number 4, Trevor Hennig. For the Bombers, a guard, a 6'4 senior, number 5, Jack Forbes. For Mount Si, a guard, a 6'2 senior, number 5, Jack Taylor. For Richland, a 6' senior, guard, number 12, Josh Woodard. For Mount Si, a forward, a 6'4 sophomore, Marcus Heide. And for Richland, a center, 6'10 senior, number 40, Luke Westerfield. Mount Si assistant coaches Brad Knoll, Scott Reed, C.J. Stanford, Cole Westover, Robbie Stevens, and Sherwood Treen. Head coach of the Mount Si Wildcats is Jason Griffith. Assistant coaches for Richland, Austin Cook, Dylan Radlick, Bruce Robinson, and Danny Trevagan. The head coach of Richland is Earl Stroyford. The officials for this game are Benton Strong, Jeremy Matthews, Brendan Duncan, the alternate Rick Nolan. The Mount Si Wildcats Wildcats, the Richland Bombers, the 2024 state championship.
Outside in their dark uniforms. Red trim lettering and numbers. Bombers in the whites. And this one is going to go Westerfield Bombers. He gets it on out over to Woodard. And that out over to going in. Forbes puts it up and in. Quickly 2-0 for the Bombers.
Quick bucket up the floor for Richland. See what Mount Si can do to answer.
And quickly they bring it out to Forrest. Forrest takes it back out over to Taylor. Taylor in the corner. Forrest cross court, a lot of contact, no whistle. Moving the ball around the arc. There's a three, and it is in there.
Really
and
good
that
looking
is Blake
shot.
Forrest on the shot for the Wildcats.
A big time three for Forrest at the start of this game.
Landen Northrop on the right elbow for the Bombers. Gets it on out to Horntvedt. Little alley-up to get into Westerfield. Westerfield, little left and right move, and he puts it up off the glass. He is a force, 6'10".
And he's got to enforce his dominance. Last year, it was against Mount Si that he had problems, but that was when Miles Heide was there, also 6'10".
That time,
Three that gets blocked, goes out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat ball.
yeah, that was Horntvedt who ran from about the three-point line. By the time that was Jack Taylor with the ball, he got the block.
Forrest, long outlet pass. Gets this one over to Heide. They drive in, and ball gets knocked out of bounds. Marcus Heide, 6'4", sophomore.
There's another look at that block by Horntvedt.
Horntvedt, 6'6". This is a good size Richland Bombers squad. And they get off over to Lat Ford outside, puts up a three. Rebound, Westerfield. Long outlet pass to Northrop. Northrop alley-oop pass inside to Horntvedt. And it's going to be broken up by the Wildcats and go out of bounds.
Hennig was pleading his case that was out off of Richland.
So it'll be Bomber ball. Kauhane bringing it in. They get into Westerfield. Turns around. Nice soft touch. Just inside the free throw line. Forrest bringing it down. Goes out to Ford. Ford. Back to Forrest. Forrest. Left-hand side. Back out to Forrest. He's directing traffic. Gets some help by Hennig. Hennig loses the ball in the paint. Woodard's going to come up with it. And I think we're going to have a foul. I think it's going to be Josh Woodard. First personal foul, first team foul against the Bombers. 6-3 our score. Richland leading. Forrest, little fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim. Won't go. Rebound will go to Bombers. Quickly out pass to Forbes. Forbes up the basket, puts up the shot. It won't go in, but he's going to draw the foul. Coming back there hard was Forrest. Excuse me, Trevor Hennig that got that one.
That's his first team foul against Mount Si.
And on that, two really athletic guys just going up at it. They were the same height, and that just a little high five up top.
First free throw up and off the rim. Jack Forbes, 6'4", senior for the Bombers. 6-3 our score. Second free throw up and rattles around but decides not to go in. Forrest is going to get trapped in backcourt. Now some help, finds an open man. The quick out to Hennig. Back to Forrest. Forrest to Ford. They get this back over to Hennig. Hennig, he expects the zig, gets a zag. Forrest saves this one. He gets trapped in the corner. Now he takes it into the lane, puts it up off the glass and in. What a play by Blake Forrest.
So quick off the dribble and has hang time that you don't believe.
Forbes has it on the right wing. Looking for some cross-court pass out to Horntvedt. Back to Forbes. Out to Westerfield, and Westerfield travels with it.
Yeah, Westerfield just had a pivot foot, then just maybe switched it even 2 times. Just got excited.
6-5 our score. Bombers lead. Taylor bringing it down now for the Wildcats. Gets it over the timeline. He's going to be covered by Woodard. Woodard covering him. Then he gets it over to Heidi. To Ford. Ford taking it to the glass. Puts it up. Hangs there. Won't go. Rebound. And the follow through is Hennig. He tries to put it up, and it's going to be swatted away. Did Westerfield get that hand on it?
Yeah, he did.
And that's just his height coming into play right there.
That's something that
take another look, too.
Yeah, he just gets up there and uses all of his 6'10" and large arm reach. Wildcats inbound it. They get it over to Hennig, and he puts up a jumper and good.
He is so good from mid-range, just able to adjust in the air and knock that shot down almost every time.
7-6 Wildcats. Bombers come down. Northrop, top of the arc. This is a spin move. Little jumper. It's not going to go. I think getting a hand on it was Taylor. Forrest going to bring it down. He's going to slow it up just past the timeline. Left-hand side. And that was Taylor driving to the glass and putting it up. 9-6. Quick outlet pass to Northrop, and he quickly scores with the lay-in. Make it 9-8, and it's ball stolen away by Woodard. Woodard takes it out for a 3 off the rim. Won't go. Rebound. Goes to the Wildcats. Hennig will bring it down. Hennig takes the baseline, puts it up off the glass, and in.
And now Trevor Hennig starting to take over for the Wildcats.
Forbes gets it off over to Woodard. Woodard, the Northrop back over to Woodard. Horntvedt on the wing, back over to Woodard. To Westerfield, just turns around, puts it up off the glass, makes it look easy.
Yeah, Westerfield went against Heidi's older brother last year. This year, he's going against Marcus down low.
Bringing it down will be Hennig. Hennig out to Ford, back to Heidi, and he's wide open at the free throw line, and he puts it up and in, makes it 13-10 Wildcats. 3:12 left to go in this first period.
You said his name and he answered.
There we go. Northrop puts it up a little short. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat ball. Bombers thought it went off a Wildcat. The referee disagreed. Coming into the ball game, 14 will be Kauhane.
Marshall Smith checks in for Mount Si.
Hennig goes to Forrest. Left-hand side to Taylor. Taylor to Hennig. To Ford. To Taylor for the easy 2 off the glass.
Nice find by Ford driving the lane.
10-15. Wildcats. Horntvedt get it inside, out over to Kauhane. And there is a jumper by Woodard. Pulls it up and in, and we have a timeout. And is this a full timeout? Mount Si leads this one 15-12. This is the 4A State Championship Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. 2:25 left to go in this first period, and there's been a kind of a trend of maybe low-scoring first periods today. The games that we've seen, and maybe a little bit yesterday, nerves and maybe fatigue, not happening today, guys.
Well, there's a reason these two teams are in the state championship, because out of all the teams in the tournament, they're two of the only teams that haven't had a slow start to their first quarters.
Yeah, they have both come out of the gates running. 15-12 our score, Mount Si leading. Wildcats will bring it down. Forrest. Light pressure by the Bombers.
Brady Hennig in now for Mount Si as well.
They go out on top. Hennig trying to get it inside to Ford. It's going to be stolen away. Coming back real quick will be Woodard, and Woodard dishes off to Forbes for the 2. 15-14. Hennig, little back behind the back dribble into the corner. They move the ball around the horn and just getting tied up with the Marshall Smith. Drug his pivot foot.
Yeah, just kind of passed and went with the ball because Forrest went inside real quick and he wasn't expecting that.
Forbes bringing it down now for the Bombers. Go right-hand side out to Northrop. Northrop back out on top to Horntvedt. Horntvedt gets his off over to Woodard. It's going to be stolen away by Forrest. Forrest goes up for the lay and it won't go, but following it up is Mr. Ford.
Good job by Latford to trail the play. That could have been costly for Mount Si.
That's why hustle's so important.
Forbes inside pass. Gets it out over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt back out. On the right elbows, Northrop. In to Northrop. Get over to Woodard. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the basket and a lot of contact. And I think this is going to go against the Wildcats.
It will. Blake Forrest picks up the foul.
He plays such good defense, you know he's going to pick up a couple.
Yeah, Forrest is just locked down defender. He has been, that's his role on this team, but especially here tonight.
Well, he's been in a state title game 3 out of the 4 years he's been in high school, so he's used to this stage.
And that means a lot, too, because sometimes you can get the lights and all that can make a person a little bit nervous. That free throw up and good. 17-15. Woodard, senior, puts up the second. It's up and in.
Chris Daniels in for the Bombers. It will be Horntvedt who takes a seat on the bench.
So the long end of the pound to Ford. Ford quickly driving into the lane, and he's going to draw the contact, get the foul, and is this going to be against Westerfield? No, it's going to be on 24, Daniels. Chris Daniels, the senior. It's going to put Latford at the free throw line.
Second team foul on Richland.
This one up and good. 18-16, 1:01 left to go in this first period. Second one up, won't go, rebound. It's going to be Ford, gets his own, passes it on out to Hennig. Hennig out on top to Latford, new shot clock, he'll pull up for a three, and won't go, rebound Daniels for the Bombers. Right-hand side to Woodard. Woodard gets it over the timeline. Right hand over to Forbes. Forbes trying to bounce pass it in to Woodard, and he makes the lay-in.
I thought Ford was going to get up there and pin that one on the glass.
That's what it looked like. It looked like he dunked it himself, but
18 all.
Just
Ford
missed the shot.
back out to Forrest. Forrest covered by Northrop. The left-hand side. Out on top to Ford. Ford to Brady.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
He takes a shot, and he banks it in.
Bank is open.
21-18. Northrop coming down, puts it up, and that is going to do it for the first period. And this was living up to the hype. It is the Mount Si Wildcats 21, the Richland Bombers 18. This is the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. We have the second period starting up. It is Mount Si 21, Richland Bombers 18. And bringing it down will be Trevor Hennig. Trevor goes right-hand side to Ford. Ford out on top. Out over to Smith. Smith moving around to Brady Hennig. Out to Blake Forrest for a three. Rolls around, won't go. Getting the rebound will be Smith. Smith bringing it out to Blake Forrest. He'll try another three. This one will find a home. 24-18.
Third made three for Forrest. 11 points in the first half already.
He is shooting lights out.
Little inbound pass to get this one into Woodard. Covering him is Marshall Smith.
A little too much contact in the lane on Smith.
And Westerfield not only 6'10", he's a good size, well-built 6'10" out there. He's got some size to him. He moves around. Ford comes over to help block or defense of the shot. Shot is missed. Blake Forrest coming down, and ball gets tapped loose, and it is going to be Wildcat ball. Blake Forrest, he's got another gear.
Somehow Woodard ran him down and was able to poke the ball away from behind him.
Bounce pass to Hennig. That's going to be Smith to Hennig. Hennig puts it up, rolls around, won't go. Rebound, Westerfield. Westerfield. Bring it out over to Woodard. Woodard inside to Northrop. They get it into Westerfield. Little right-handed hook. And up and in.
Nice post move. Use that hook. Nothing you can do against 6'10" that can do that.
I grew up watching Kareem Abdul-Jabbar do that a long time ago. Blake Forrest launching a three off the front of the rim. It won't go. Rebound. Gets his own. Gets it on out to Ford. Ford takes to the lane on the left-hand side. Off the glass. Won't go.
I thought Hennig was going to throw that putback down.
Woodard bringing it down. On the left wing. Takes it in the lane. Puts up a shot. Won't go in. And they are going to say Woodard comes in. He's going to get fouled. Let's see who this foul's going to be on.
That's going to be on Marshall. That's going to be Marshall Smith. That's his second. It looked like Westerfield pushed him into him.
Yeah, and that was a late call, too.
So I kind of hesitated there. I was going, yeah, who's getting this one? 24-20. Westerfield puts it up and in.
Woodard on the line.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Woodard on
Similar
the line
enough.
there.
Marcus Heide checks back in. Landen Northrop in for Richland.
Woodard, the 6-foot senior, puts up the second. Nothing but net. Forrest goes right-hand side to Trevor Hennig. Quick pass down to his brother Brady. Brady to Trevor, and it's up and in on the left-hand side. He kind of hung in the air, made space, and put it up off the glass. 26-22. Wildcats lead. Northrop on the right wing. Out on top, over to Horntvedt. Inside to Westerfield. He gets triple teamed. Ball gets knocked loose, and going all the way back to the stands is going to be Trevor Hennig.
That was a great job by Horntvedt to get double clutch and somehow still get rid of that ball.
They get into Westerfield. Westerfield back out to Woodard. Back on top of the Horntvedt takes it to the lane, puts it up. He's going to make the shot, and he's going to draw the foul.
That's going to be on Brady Hennig.
Lance Horntvedt, sophomore, going in, and great athletic move.
Take a look at that.
Put him at the free throw line.
Nice bucket.
This is good athletic move. Just a sophomore? He is just a sophomore. Wow. Free throw up and in. There's a lot of talented basketball players there. Sometimes I look and I think he's got to be a senior. No, you just, you see these sophomores. Brady Hennig. Brady driving to the lane, dishes off and out to Ford. Ford puts his fadeaway jumper up, won't go. He's going to get a lot of contact, pushed to the floor. And this one is going to be against Lance Horntvedt.
Caught him on the elbow as he was falling away.
Latford puts up the first free throw, up and in.
It's 2 of 3 from the line.
27-25. And Wildcats get some coaching up real quick from the sidelines, come back in. And makes both.
That didn't even move on that.
28-25. Woodard bringing it down for the Bombers. Out on top, over to Northrop. Northrop, little left and right move in the lane. Hesitation, puts it up, won't go. Rebound is going to come up. Ford still ball rolls about 3/4 and coming up with it. Blake Forrest rolled
that was
and
a
scramble
lot of
all the way
action.
to midcourt.
The Magic Man somehow came out of nowhere with that.
Makes it 30-25, 5-point lead for the Wildcats. Forbes, top of the arc, puts a shot up and off the back of the rim. And it's going to be an easy rebound for the Wildcats. They lose the handle. It goes out of bounds.
Ford and Brady Hennig get in each other's way.
You can see Coach Jason Griffith for Mount Si just upset knowing that they had a chance right there.
Little alley-oop pass into Westerfield. Westerfield spin move, right-handed hook. This one he does not make. And they're going to give this one over to Trevor Hennig. Trevor, left-hand side to Blake Forrest. Forrest springing it up slowly. That holds up, goes left-hand side to Brady. To Ford. Ford tap the key. Set off and 3-point shot. That is Marcus Heide for the Wildcats. We've got Horntvedt inside to Westerfield. He was thinking he was going to slam dunk it and loses the handle.
And they say it was tapped out of his hand and goes out off of Mount Si, stays with the Bombers.
Westerfield, I think, thinking he was going to get the foul called, but all ball. Northrop, top of the arc.
That'll go out off of Marcus Heide.
It's out to Woodard. Woodard gets double teamed. Heide getting over there to help. They give it on right-hand side to Northrop, who puts a three in the corner. Makes it 30-28.
Nice shot from the corner.
And we got Forrest. Holds it up, directs some traffic. Works off a screen from Heide. Back out to Ford. He's got a 3-point shot. Nope, won't go, but follow through is there. And that is going to be Trevor Hennig. And that is going to have a timeout, and we'll keep it right here. Let's talk about Napa Auto Parts, where you go for your maintenance and do-it-yourself projects. Locally owned auto parts store in Washington, Southwest Washington. You want to stop in at Centralia, Chehalis, Rochester, Tenino, Castle Rock, and Onalaska. Napa Auto Parts, more than 150 locations all across Washington State.
Now, on the replay, Perry, you can see, a couple Blake Forrest highlights, and it is just showing how good he's been so far in the game. 1 3-pointer, and then also just the hustle play that he has made. Blake Forrest is playing. Also, I think Mount Si's just out-rebounding Richland right now, out offensively rebounding Richland.
That, and they're following up a lot of plays. There's been a few where they've run down balls that have been missed by their own team, but they're right there to put it back for Mount Si.
And we'll start out of the timeout. Woodard gets it off to Northrop on the right wing. He's covered by Taylor. You go inside to Westerfield. Westerfield to Woodard puts up a three, and it's up and good. And Richland down by 1, 32-31. Bringing it down, Trevor Hennig goes into the corner for a three, rattling it home. That is Jack Taylor.
Good looking shot from Taylor in the corner.
Steps up, and he's got 7 in the game now.
Just a great pass to Landen Northrop, and he just alley-ooped it up and over. And now here come the Wildcats. Going to Brady Hennig. Hennig out to Ford. Ford's going to direct traffic. Give it off to Forrest. Forrest to Taylor. Taylor goes to the basket. Count the basket. He's going to get the foul.
That'll be on Woodard. They'll just say Woodard still didn't have his feet set down low. That'll send Jack Taylor to the line for an and one call.
That's his second.
Let's see the replay. Yeah, just got there a second late. I think if he got there a little moment sooner, he'd have got the charge. Taylor, 6'2" senior for the Wildcats. And he makes it a 3-point play.
He's into double figures with 10 for the game.
Wildcats lead it by 5. Northrop on the right wing. Out on top over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt puts up a jumper. It won't go. Rebound Ford for the Wildcats. He's going to leave it off over for Hennig. Hennig to Forrest. Forrest, right-hand side to Taylor. Thinks about a 3 for half a second, and now are playing handoff. It's 15 seconds. Minute 55 left to go and a half to get it up to Hennig. Hennig into the corner to Taylor, and that 3 is going to be blocked by Westerfield, who comes out and gets a piece of it.
Great closeout by Westerfield in the corner. Came out of nowhere. Taylor thought there was no chance that was getting blocked.
Horntvedt over to Northrop. Northrop taking into the lane. Works for a shot. Turn, spin move. Won't go in. Rebound. Brady Hennig.
And nothing falling for the Bombers here as of late.
Yeah, they've gotten the looks, just like you said, haven't gotten anything to fall.
Blake Forrest going left-hand side to Brady Hennig. Brady out on top to his brother Trevor. To Taylor. Taylor driving in the lane and puts it in. Nope, that is Trevor Hennig, and he puts it in, 40-33.
And he joins the double-figure club with 10.
Woodard on the right elbow and knocking it loose. Getting in there is Heidi, knocking it off Woodard. It goes out of bounds, and good defensive play for Heidi. Marcus Heidi, the sophomore, coming in and get a good defensive stop for the Wildcats.
And really good by Heidi, because he was out, and he hasn't been outside of the key a lot, and that time able to force a turnover.
Come the Wildcats. Hennig gets in the corner for Forrest. He launches a 3. Won't go. Rebound will go to Woodard. Woodard bringing it down on the left-hand side. Left and right move. Then he goes right-hand side over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt, spin move, working on Ford. Puts a shot up. Won't go. Rebound goes out of bounds. Woodard comes up with it. Excuse me, Horntvedt comes up with it. Back out to Westerfield. And that one up. Horntvedt puts it up, won't go. Rebound, Forbes, he puts it up and in, it won't go.
Lots of
opportunities. And Blake Forrest says enough of that, steals it, he takes it there, puts it up off the glass, won't go in. And that is going to do it for the half. And I got to catch my breath. Our score, the Mount Si Wildcats 40 and the Richland Bombers 33. It's one half done. Stay tuned. We will have the John L. Scott halftime show coming your way in just a moment. This is the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giesa Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Tacoma Dome. It is halftime, and we've got a good one right here going on. We have the 4A state championship. Mount Si Wildcats leading the Richland Bombers 40-33. This is the John L. Scott halftime show. Hey, get to know your home and property true value with a free market analysis from John L. Scott Professionals. For Southwest Washington, you want to call Laura Lee Zuber at Centralia John L. Scott location. It is it's a state championship, and
you can see that's what they're playing for right there. All the state trophies lined up.
That's what you're pointing at.
For
okay.
all the classifications.
40-33 our score, and we have a 7-point difference. Guys, it's been a back and forth game, fast-paced, and I'm going to start with you, Max. Richland hanging tough, but they've been trailing for about anywhere from 3 to 7. Pretty much that second period. What does Richland need to do?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. Richland's getting the looks that they need, and that's from inside with Westerfield, but also they're getting the looks outside, mid-range. They're just not getting the shots to fall. And I think, and for Mount Si, they are getting the shots, and especially from the outside.
That and Richland, like you said, they're missing some point-blank stuff. But Mount Si is doing a better job of following up shots. They're doing a good job of trailing the play. Richland, they've had some missed little lay-ins, but nobody there to clean it up. There's been a couple of times, though, that Mount Si has gotten a little ahead of themselves. We've seen a couple of turnovers underneath where they're passing the ball into 4 people around them, and still somehow ball comes out to Richland. Best thing I'm seeing, though, is how Woodard is trying to get everybody involved for Richland. He is sending out dimes. 7 assists in the first half for him. He's trying to get everybody involved, but they're not closing out for him.
Yeah, it seems that Mount Si is doing a really good job in containing Woodward. Maybe not on points-wise, but getting the boards. And we'll look at the stats later on in our halftime show, but looks like they're doing a really good job of containing him because he is a presence down there.
Well, and I think now if we go back to Mount Si, kind of the X factor for Mount Si has been Blake Forrest. And that's his role on the team. He's the guy who's going to get in on every opportunity for a steal. Oh, and you can see another dime like you were talking about from Woodard. But he's the guy who's going to get on every steal that there is, but also be the one who gets the rebound on the miss. Even if it's his own miss, just a really quick, athletic player. And now for the Bombers, they're doing pretty good. Trevor Hennig, obviously, he's been a force to be reckoned with all season, especially offensively. And he's at 10, but it seems like a pretty quiet 10.
It is a quiet 10. The difference for Mount Si, though, is Jack Taylor stepping up big time. He is the guy that he's usually in there for a couple of steals. He plays good defense. If he gets 10 for a full game, that's a great game for him. But him contributing 10 points in the first half is a huge upgrade for Mount Si. They needed that off the benches or in the starting lineup because normally Lat Ford would be that guy, but he's being held a little scoreless. He's had a couple of attempts, good looks, but hasn't been going for him.
Yeah, I think it's going to behoove the Mount Si Wildcats to keep that pressure and keep the pace up like Blake Forrest has done. I think they've got that speed advantage, and I think they can take advantage of that on the court. So let's take a break. This is the 2024 WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. And welcome back here to the Tacoma Dome. It is the 4A State Championship, Mount Si against the Richland Bombers. 40-30 our score, Mount Si leading this one, and we're going to dive into the stats. And I'm going to throw it over Max. And one stat that I saw stands out is second chance points.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. The Wildcats have done a better job of following up on their shots. And second chance points, 9-0, Mount Si leads that category. And if you look, it's a 7-point game, and that's the difference maker right there.
Yeah, we're going to write on the screen. Hey, great, good job, guys, in the back in the cave back there. And look, scoring-wise for the Mount Si, who do you have there, Tony?
Mount Si, they've got the 3-headed monster in Blake Forrest, Trevor Henning, and then the extra one coming in, and Jack Taylor, all of them double figures. That 50% from the field is really good for Mount Si. The 52%, kind of shocking from Richland because it looked like they went on a little slump. They were missing for a little bit, but they hit 13 of 25 in the first half. So 52%, that's what it works out to. And that 66%, as you were saying, in the first quarter, that brought it down a little bit. They did miss quite a bit in the second, but they were on fire in the first.
Yeah, just a fast-paced first half. And I was kind of had the same thought as you did. I was look at that twice, and I was thinking I was reading it wrong because both teams shooting over 50%. And again, kind of contrary to what we've seen throughout the tournament, a little bit lower scoring averages from the teams playing. But for these two, not showing up or not happening at all.
Well, and I said this right at the start of the broadcast. There's a reason that these two are in the state championship, and that's because they have shot better than all the other teams, and that's the reason that they've both won pretty big games. Mount Si beating Tacoma pretty big, and Richland beating Kentwood pretty big in that first round here in the state tournament.
All right, Max, take a look at the Richland Bombers. Who's lighting it up?
Leading scorers, Josh Woodard, and big part of that, he's gone 4 for 4 from the free throw line, been able to draw fouls, and he has 1 3, and he has 11 points. And then down inside, it's Luke Westerfield with 8 points, but only 2 rebounds. So if you're the Bombers, you'd like to see that number go up for Westerfield. And then also Landen Northrop, has 7. One guy who's been real quiet has been Jack Forbes, 4 points. And him and Lat Ford have kind of removed each other from the game.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. Lat Ford had a really good game yesterday and not quite so much today. Again, yesterday, 11 points, 10 rebounds. You always like a double-double in that win over Davis. So we will take a break, have the second half. This has been the John L. Scott Halftime Show on the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union here on Eli and NFHS Sports Network. Our score as we start the second half, Mount Si 40, Richland 33. This is the Hardwood Classic 4A State Championship. We start the second half. That's brought to you by Giza Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. I'm Perry Williams, locked with Max Schuster, Tony Davila, and Noah McFadden. All right, going over the timeline. Start this ball will be Northrop taking to the lane, goes right-hand side to Westerfield. Westerfield finds a breaking Jack Forbes for an easy 2. 40-35. Hennig gets it off to Ford. Ford dishes off to Brady Hennig. Out to Blake Forrest, launches a 3, gets his own rebound. Over to Hennig, won't go. They get another opportunity at it.
And that keeps on the trend of offensive boards for Mount Si. They had 8 at halftime. Give them 3 more right now.
And you were talking, I don't know if we said that during the break or during the halftime show, but so far maybe a little more hustle play wins by the Mount Si squad. Hennig gets the ball at the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound, Northrop. Goes right-hand side over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt, little left and right move. Little out, packs back out to Northrop. They'll reset it to Woodard. Woodard, right-hand side to Forbes. Forbes has it stolen away, and Westerfield gets knocked to the floor. Heidi, I think, might be picking up. Is that his third?
That is going to be
That's
his first.
Yeah,
Okay,
Marshall
well,
Smith has 2. Yeah, you saw it. Westerfield posted up down low, and Heidi knew he kind of got beat, and so I think that he grabbed the shoulder.
There's a little alley-oop pass into Westerfield, and that one almost knocked the loose, and who comes up with it? Mr. Blake Forrest quickly bringing it down. Goes to left-hand side to Hennig. Hennig and Heidi. Heidi puts it up, won't go. Rebound will go to the Bombers. Woodard bringing it down quickly. Goes right-hand side to Northrop. He launches a 3, and off the glass and in.
Bank is open.
A couple banks now, one from Forrest and one from Northrop.
You got to call that 40-38. At least that's what Mount Si will say. Blake Forrest off to Ford. Ford will take it into the lane. He tries to go all the way, and this one's going to go out of bounds. Know if Westerfield got all ball or not, went out of bounds, and it's going to be Mount Si Wildcat ball.
That's another big block for Westerfield.
Big alley-oop pass inside to Heidi. Heidi over to Hennig. Hennig to Ford. Trevor Hennig, long 3, and he rattles it home. 43-38.
You can't let Hennig wide open like that, even how deep it was.
And he ties Blake Forrest with the game lead with 13 points.
Forbes trying to get it inside to Westerfield and deflects off a Wildcat and off Westerfield and out of bounds. And it will be Wildcat ball. It's 5 points. Wildcat lead. Forrest getting over the timeline. Bounce pass into Ford. Ford back to Forrest. Forrest to Hennig. Hennig takes it into the traffic, then dishes out. Taylor launches a 3, won't go. Rebound to Hennig. He'll reset. New shot clock. He'll take it back into the lane. Puts it up, won't go, and ball goes out of bounds. And it will be off Wildcats Bomber ball.
Westerfield smacked that glass.
I like that they play. They brought Westerfield out, and then Hennig just drove right to the basket, unable to convert. Bringing it out, Woodard. Woodard taking it into the lane, little alley-oop, and it's up and good. 43-40. Forrest bringing it down now for the Wildcats. Gets it over the timeline. Over to Hennig. Trevor Hennig driving into the lane. Cross-court pass to Taylor. To Ford. To Heidi. Taylor looks at it. He'll give it off to Heidi for a three. Rattles in and jumps right back out.
Halfway down and back out. And it must be that basket that has a cap on it.
That's it. Woodard, he'll pull up and shoot a three. It won't go, but rebound's going to go to Hennig. Hennig bringing it down quickly. Dishes off to Blake Forrest. Goes up for the lay-in, but he's going to get fouled. The shot won't count, but he will be put at the free throw line.
It's the first on Westerfield.
Now, Max, you've seen Richland Bombers more often. Is that an issue with Westerfield? Does he collect a lot of fouls?
It just depends on the game. When there's a big man inside that keeps going at him, usually he'll get more fouls, like as you would expect, but not one that's just predominantly he's in foul trouble.
Forrest puts up the first. And I say that sometimes you see the biggest guy on the court sometimes attracts a few more foul calls than maybe other players do.
The Shaq effect.
There you go. Josh Woodard gets it inside to Westerfield. Westerfield double team, doesn't slow him down, puts it up off the glass and in. 44-42.
Westerfield really working it off the glass this game.
And now Richland has three players with double figures.
Good off Ford. Ford out on top. Hennig to Taylor. He's open for a three. Rattles it home. 47-42.
Jack Taylor with 13 points.
2 threes in this one.
Northrop over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt to Woodard. Woodard works around Mr. Heidi, and Heidi is going to get the foul.
So that's the moving screen, and he's going to take a seat, and Marshall Smith going to check back in.
And Richland is going to call a timeout.
It's a full.
And it is a full, so we'll take a break. This is the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by Giza Credit Union on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. 47-42, 3:42 left to go in the third period. Mount Si leading. This is the 4A state championship. Mount Si leading over the Richland Bombers. 5-point lead. It seems like we kind of been here. And what is the Bombers need to do to get back into this ball game?
They just need to slow themselves down. They're trying to do a little bit too much. Run some offensive sets. Use the big fella inside. He got going. He's got 10 points, 4 here in the game, but 4 in the second half. They got to keep on going to him, get him to be that force inside. Not too many people have 6'10" centers in high school.
Woodard has it now for the Bombers. Forrest on him. Goes left-hand side. Out there over to Horntvedt. Horntvedt to Northrop. Northrop gets his pocket pick. Taylor stealing it. He's going to bring it down. He's going to hold it up. Wheel over to Forrest. Forrest, little zigzag. Pulls up for a jumper off the front of the rim. Won't go. Ball gets knocked loose. And this one's going to roll out and roll all the way down court. And it's going to be swatted away by Forrest.
Ooh-wee.
And I don't believe it. That rolled all the way down to the course. The slam dunk was about to happen, and Forrest came up there and said no, but they call him for the foul.
Wow. Blake Forrest got up.
He looked like Nate Robinson there.
Forrest only 5'11", and that might be a basketball roster 5'11".
Whew. Yeah.
There's Taylor inside. They get this one to Smith, and Smith takes a hard shot but puts it in the basket anyway. 49-42. Bringing it down. Woodard goes right-hand side over to Forbes. Forbes pull-ups for a jumper. Rolls across the basket. Won't go. Forrest bringing it down. Little alley-oop pass inside to Ford. Oh, not able to finish. But going way up high again is Forrest.
The Bombers need to put a block-out guy on Forrest. I mean, that's hard to do because of how shifty he is.
He just jumped over 6'10".
He has got a whole lot of 1-2 in this ball game right now. And a long alley-oop pass to Ford, but Westerfield says no. He just picks it up out of the air, gets it on over to Northrop. Northrop out to Woodard, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to wonder how much energy Forrest is going to be able to maintain. 2:13 left to go in the third period. He has been a force on both sides of the ball.
Chris Daniels and Kiesel-Kauhane check in for Richland.
Yeah, Kiesel-Kauhane is the one who comes in for Westerfield. And with Heidi out, they decide to go with him.
So Woodard will have it. Goes left-hand side over to Northrop. Northrop takes it into the lane, just moves it in on the glass.
He's got
49-44, and it's a 5-point lead again.
Northrop's up to 12.
Forrest brings it down slow this time. 18 seconds on the shot clock. We go right-hand side to Ford. Ford dishes off to Hennig. Out in the corner is Taylor for a three. Won't go. Rebound will go to the Bombers. Bringing it down will be Woodard. Goes right-hand side to Daniels. Daniels takes the baseline, hits the deck hard. Ouch. It's going to be a foul, and I think this is going to go against Forrest, maybe.
They put that against Jack Taylor. Oh, Hennig.
Hennig gets it.
That's his second.
Daniels gets up. He's a 6'2 senior, and he shakes the cobwebs out, and he's going to take his free throws.
When we talk about all these athletes in the 3A, it was Bodie Gardner who's going to football, played football at Eastern. Daniels going to New Mexico State for baseball.
Wow. First free throw off the mark. A lot of good athletes on both sides of the court. And the second free throw up and in. Hennig bringing it down. Ford to Taylor. To Forrest. To Ford. Ford looking to go in the middle. Oh, in and out. He's having a hard time getting a basket. He's had some good looks and just won't fall for him.
They keep on trying to get him involved. Forrest is trying to throw him a couple of lobs, but he just can't seem to get things going for him. Maybe going to the line will get him going.
And that free throw doesn't do it. Westerfield, after a quick breather, is going to come back in, going out Kauhane.
They gave that foul to Woodard, and that's his third personal, so he's got to play careful now.
That is third team foul on the Bombers. Second free throw goes right in. So now bringing it down will be Woodard. 50-45, a 5-point lead. That seems where we've been living at most of the second half. Woodard covered by Forrest. He goes to the left-hand side, pulls up, does a fake, puts it up and in. Good move by Josh Woodard.
He learned from what Forrest did to Forbes.
Hennig takes to the left-hand side, right around Westerfield, and puts it in. 52-47.
Seems like every time Richland scores, Mount Si has an answer.
Northrop gets it off over to Woodard. Westerfield. Mount Si fans behind us, you can hear them. They go, does Woodard driving in, won't go in, but right there, Lucas Westerfield with a good second chance basket. We'll change that stat we saw on the stat sheet. Hennig bringing it down, gets it over the timeline. Woodard comes in for him. Hennig takes it, a little hesitation, steps, drives it in, puts it off the glass and in. He changes speed and then explodes, and it is a 6-point Mount Si lead. I'm going to take a 5-point Mount Si lead. What am I talking about? It is a timeout, and why don't we talk about one of our fine sponsors? That is.
We're actually going to head to break.
We're going to take a break. Okay, we'll do it. This is the Hardwood Classic here on the NFHS Network. 54-49. as we start the fourth period. And this has been a fast-paced basketball game, and it's lived up to the hype. We've seen some amazing plays going both ways, guys.
Yeah, Richland gained 2 points on Mount Si, outscoring them 16-14 in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I think, we talked about it at halftime when we were on our break. All four of us here really think this is going to come down to the final minute, and it seems like it here with a 54-49 game.
All right, let's hold on. 54-49. Trevor Hennig will inbound it right in front of us. Gets it off to Ford on the left elbow. Back out to Forrest. Forrest to Ford. Moving around the horn. Out on top to Hennig. Thinks about a three. He'll step inside the arc and make it a 2-point shot. And that makes the lead 7 points, 56-49. Bringing it down will be Northrop. Gets out to Woodard. Woodard moving around to Horntvedt. Out on top, Northrop. Northrop working on Taylor, puts a shot up, won't go. Rebound, Mount Si. Coming down, that was a big rebound for Mount Si right there. And coming down with it is going to be Marshall Smith. Bounce pass into Hornvig. Trevor, little left and right move, then gets back into the corner, takes the baseline, move it out to Blake Forrest, thinks about a three, back to Trevor, a little bit short, off the rim. Rebound goes to the Bombers, bringing it down quickly. It'll be Woodard. Woodard, he'll go coast to coast and going up to smack that ball out, but getting the contact is going to be Trevor Hennig.
They're either going to call Hennig or Forrest for it, and they'll call Hennig.
That's going to be his third. That might be an issue. 6:49 left to go in the third period. I don't think you can sit him now. He's got to play with three.
And so Woodard with three for the Bombers and Hennig with three for Mount Si, and those are two of their best players.
Woodard makes the first free throw. And Woodard puts up the second off the front of the rim. It won't go. Rebound Ford. Bringing it down will be Taylor for the Wildcats. Gets it over the timeline. Over to Forrest. Forrest moving around the arc. He's going to launch a big three, and he sinks it.
17 points for Blake Forrest.
Timeout called. And let's see, is it a full one or I missed the call there?
It
is a full one. We'll take a break. This is the Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. 6:33 left to go in this ball game. At stake, the first place trophy in the 4A state title for the either team, Mount Si or the Richland Bombers. 59-50. Mount Si, their biggest lead of the night so far, guys.
Yeah, Mount Si has come out hot here in the fourth quarter, especially defensively. They've been able to stop the Bombers multiple trips down.
Bombers will bring it down court. 9 points, 6:33 to not enough. Plenty of time to work your offense. You don't have to change anything up right here.
They got to start getting some stops on defense.
They get out right-hand side to Northrop. Northrop go cross court over to Forbes. Forbes to Woodard in the corner or in the elbow. And he gets double teamed. Coming over to slow him down is going to be Smith, I believe, getting foul.
Number 3 on Smith.
And that will be the second team foul against the Wildcats. Forbes will inbound at midcourt. Out on top to Northrop. Northrop. Left-hand side out to Woodard. 22 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to little alley-oop pass inside to the big guy, Westerfield. And he puts it up, and he's going to draw the foul. Who's this one going to go against?
It's going to go against Lat Ford. That is his first.
Westerfield put that high off the glass.
And he makes that look so simple. A free throw won't go in, 59-52. I think if I'm Richland, I think I'm going to try to get that combination again. Go to your big guy. They go, here come the Wildcats. Go into the corner, back out on top to Hennig. Hennig into the top of the key, pulls up, and puts it in.
Great hesitation by Hennig, got his man up in the air.
We said this all weekend. If you're trying to come back, you can't go shot for shot. You got to get stops on defense.
And right now, Richland Bombers are having a hard time doing that. Bringing it down to Woodard. Woodard inside, trying to get into what? Trying to get that one into Horntvedt. Loses the handle.
Apparently Lat Ford's getting called for that foul. No, that is on Forrest. That's his second.
Blake's going, I wasn't there. Wasn't me. Northrop. Looking, gets it out. Westerfield posted up high. And
I think they're going to call Westerfield on a moving screen there.
And, yep. That'll be his second personal foul.
We'll take a look at that. And they say Westerfield just used that forearm to push him down.
Hennig to Ford. Ford in the lane, off the glass, won't go. Smith on a follow-through. Westerfield right there to block it. Coming up with the ball is going to be Woodard. Puts it up off the glass. Forrest coming back, and he makes contact.
And that's his third.
And that's 5 team fouls from outside here with 5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
The hundreds of Mount Si referees behind us don't like that call. 61-52, and there is Woodard. Puts it up and in.
Woodard.
But across the way, I'm sure we got an equal amount of Bomber fans that liked it. And
Woodard 6 for 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And Richland calls a timeout. It is going to be a full timeout. 61-54. This is the Hardwood Classic here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network, brought to you by Giza Credit Union. Just a little over 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. 61-54 our score. This is the 4A Boys State Championship game. And it is Mount Si leading the Richland Bombers by making 5 points. It seems that's we've been there all the way. They got 7 points. Hey, my math. That's that Kentridge math class. It just never stuck with me. 61-54 our score. We might have been here a little while. But, hey, seems the Bombers, they seem like kind of match up. They're just trading points with Mount Si, and they've not been able to whittle down this lead. But Mount Si getting a little bit of foul trouble, guys.
Yeah. We'll see how they react to that. And Mount Si's got to play a little bit more cautious.
Forrest picked up his third foul. Marshall Smith also with 3 for the Wildcats.
Hennig over to Ford, to Taylor. Taylor out to Forrest. Right-hand side to Hennig. Hennig's going to take it into the lane. He'll pull it back out again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Little left and right move, puts up the shot, and it's up and good. Oh, that was so quick.
Rocked him to sleep.
Northrop bringing it down, goes out on top to Woodard. Woodard has Forrest right there in front of him. Woodard to the pull up, launches a 3 off the back of the rim, won't go in. Rebound Hennig, and no, we don't want to see that. We've got an injury. Blake Forrest went down. And
it looks like it might be a cramp. Let's go ahead and take a break.
Let's take a break here. It is 63-54. This is the Hardwood Classic here on the NFHS Eli Sports Network. Welcome back. 4:11 left to go in the ball game. 63-54, and it is going to be Blake Forrest walking it off. It appears to us, we're just speculating, might be a cramp. We hope that's what it is.
Checking
Nothing
in
serious.
to replace Forrest is Jake Banofsky.
His first minutes of the game.
but not his first time
in the tournament. No, we saw him last night.
No, he's been around for a while. He's got a lot of experience for the Wildcats.
Hennig tries to bounce it inside to Ford. It's going to be stolen away by Northrop. Northrop quickly getting it down to Forbes. They get it out to Horntvedt. Horntvedt, little good left and right move, puts it up off the back rim and goes in.
Follows his own shot and taps it up and in.
63-56, Mount Si. Bernowski taking it in the lane, holds up. Good out to Ford. Ford off to Hennig. Hennig pulls out. Trying to work off a screen. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hennig bounce pass inside.
Great
to
block.
Smith to get off to Ford. Ford launches a three. It won't go in, but ball goes to Smith on the rebound, and there is a lot of contact.
And that is going to be on Josh Woodard. That's going to be number 4.
No, they called a timeout. Before anything.
Oh, good. I think that timeout bailed him out because he reached in there.
It's coming down to like every possession counts here.
And with Blake Forrest dealing with those cramps, the point guard duties fall to Trevor Hennig to be the guy to bring the ball up the floor. He's got to be the man now for Mount Si because they're missing their senior leader.
Look at Blake Forrest. He's taking some kind of beverage in a hurry on two drink cups at a time.
Getting as much fluid as he possibly can.
Stretch that out. The cramps are painful, but glad that is all it is. 3:13 left to go. Your Bombers, you got to get back into this ball game at some point along the way here. You got to make a run, and now the time is starting to be critical.
I think if the Bombers can hit one big momentum shift, because that puts it back into a 2-possession game.
Bernowski back out to Trevor Hennig. Hennig has Forbes on one side, Woodard on the other. Now they go back, moving around the horn. Hennig on the right elbow. He's going to draw a double team for a moment. Goes cross court, back out to Ford. Ford, fadeaway jumper off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound goes to Jack Forbes.
And that's just kind of the day that Lat Ford has had here in the championship game.
Horntvedt puts up a jumper. It's not going to go in. Rebound will go to Jack Taylor. They'll give it off to Hennig. Hennig, little zigzag, gets up the shot, won't go in, but I think he's going to get the foul.
It was the follow-through that got Westerfield called for that. It was a clean block, but finished the swat and came down on his arm with it.
And getting ready to come back in is Blake Forrest. Shooting will be Trevor Hennig. Puts up the first free throw. Hits that front of the rim and falls on the wrong side. Forrest back in the ball game. Free throw up and good. 64-56. Bombers are pressed for time. Woodard working on Forrest. Takes to the baseline, puts up the shot, won't go. Big rebound by Lat Ford. Ford's going to bring it down. Clock is Mount Si's friend. They give it back over to Forrest. Forrest to Hennig. Almost, he does have it stolen away by Forbes. Forbes has it stolen right back by Blake Forrest. Forrest bounce pass into Taylor for the lay-in. And they go up a 10-point lead. That might be put it in the hopper for our play of the game. Take it to the house play of the game. Timeout called, and
yeah, now if you're the Bombers, Jack Forbes, he got that steal, but then he tried to get it out to Woodard for the three, and if he took that to the lane, I think Forrest swan him earlier in the game might have replayed in his head.
And on that last one, when Woodard was driving in, he had nowhere to go. He had an option in the corner for the kick out. He's just trying to play a little hero ball there. That's one that you got to keep your head cool and get your teammates involved. He had 7 assists at halftime.
You're down by 10, a little less than 2 minutes, minute 52 left to go. You have to be patient patient, work for a good shot. Still, you have an opportunity for that if you can get a good three, but I still think you work it inside to Lucas Westerfield and see if you can get the points, maybe draw the foul and get some points at the free throw line as well. Woodard puts up a long three, and Forrest is going to come out and he's going to get a foul. That's going to be his fourth.
That is number 4 on Blake Forrest.
And he's talking to himself. He's going to put Forbes at the free throw line. Josh Woodard at the free throw line. And first free throw does not go in. If you're going to get some points, catch up, you can do it with the clock stop. That is going to be the ticket. Second free throw goes in as well. He's shooting three. He can make it an 8-point deficit here. Now, if you're Mount Si here, you have to be careful with the basketball. Work for a good shot, but eat as much shot clock as you possibly can.
Exactly. And they're going to do it probably with Forrest kind of playing keep away.
And they bring it out, Taylor to Hennig. He's going to bring it back out the timeline, back out to Taylor, to Smith, to Hennig. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hennig takes it into the lane, finds a wide open Taylor for the easy land.
17 points for Jack Taylor in a championship game. What a day to step up.
And great assist by Hennig. Woodard bringing it down. He puts up a three, won't go. And minute 6 left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be about it. If Woodard hit that, there's a possibility with fouls. Still very low chances.
Yeah, and only 2 team fouls on Richland, so they can take some chances, but it's going to take a little bit for them to get into that bonus.
So they foul. Ford will inbound it backcourt. Get it up to Forrest. Forrest is going to get fouled, and that is going to go against Jack Forbes. Excuse me, Lance Horntvedt gets the foul. Horntvedt gets the foul on that one, and that is his second.
4th team foul on Richland.
Forrest gets it out to Ford. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 54 on the game clock. Ford gets in, he's going to give off to Hennig. Hennig out to Forrest. They're just moving the ball around the horn. Bombers are going to need pressure, and they pressure him and foul him.
That was a lot of time to give up before you foul if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they let that one go as long as they did. And this is going to put Trevor Hennig, the senior, at the free throw line.
And there's the white flag from Richland as they're bringing the bench in.
And that is going to go in, makes it a 69-58 game. Richland bringing in their bench. Mount Si, I think, probably be doing so quickly as well.
And the starting 5 for Richland getting a standing ovation from the Bomber fans.
And well-deserved. Second free throw up and good for Jack Forrest. Bringing it down now will be Daniels. Daniels is going to have this one stolen away by Hennig, and Hennig is
mad as
tackled. Daniels just tackled him.
And that should be an intentional foul on Daniels there.
It will for sure.
Young's the senior gets the foul, I think a little frustrated. And that's going to be a technical. Trevor Hennig at the free throw line.
And now Mount Si is going to bring in their reserves. So the players that checked in for Richland last time are Brayden Pratt, Josiah Scacco, Sylen Kiesel-Kauhane, Jackson Woodard, and Chris Daniels. And now Mount Si clears their bench.
They're getting all hugs and from the coaches and the rest of the players.
Jake Bonovsky
is going to bring it out. About a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
They'll put the shot clock off.
Hudson Moskrip out there along with Nate Gardner, Peyton Stokesbury, and also out there is Joe Connors for the Wildcats.
Number 7 seed. Number 1 seed Mount Si. Wildcats are going to win this one. They are the state champions. The Mount Si Wildcats win it 72-58. It's been they really got that 5 to 6 point lead and just carried it on. We will take a break and we will come back. We've got a lot of postgame coming your way. This is the WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Giza Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. Welcome back. The Mount Si Wildcats, the 4A state champions, right here at the Hardwood Classic. It's been a fun one. It's brought to you by the Giza Credit Union, powered by the Eli and NFHS Sports Network. And
one thing before we get to the rest of this post-game show, powered by Eli, or here on Eli and NFHS, but one more shout out to all the student production that has been done by all the schools across the state of Washington.
Yeah, they've done an outstanding job. Well, we are going to be talking some of the players, but first let's figure out, we got the Better Homes and Garden taking it to the house play of the game. And Max, what are you going to come up with, Tony? You guys had a couple.
Yeah, there were the several. There was that Blake Forest Thunder block at the other side, but I think Max had a better one written down.
And I'm going to go with the 6 minutes, 33 seconds left in the game. Blake Forest came down, hit a big-time three, and honestly, after that, it felt like Blake Forest, he knew that they were going to win.
All right, so I agree with that one. That is our Better Homes and Gardens Northwest home team taking it to the house play of the game. Taking the house with the Northwest home team of Better Homes and Gardens Realty, the Gillespie team from Summit Funding, and Paul Ely of County Financial Insurances taking to the house play of the game. Do we get our final stats yet?
We have not.
We have not. All right. Well, there are a lot of choices for our Thorbeck's MVP.
Oh, we did.
We did get our final. And they're taking pictures. Players running around. Okay, we did not. All right.
Well, we'll see. Either way, the final game stats on the screen right there. If you look at the champion Mount Si. Oh, I think we're going to have Coach come over here from Mount Si.
And the head coach for the Mount Si,
Coach Griffith.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
4A championship coach. And,
Thank you.
Boy, you guys had an answer for for the Bombers. You nullified their big guy underneath and kept them under control, and you had an outstanding effort from your guys.
Yeah, no, we made some adjustments, and the kids were great. We were getting pinned early in the game, so we went around, started front, and give Goose weak side backside help. And then our guards, they just started taking away paint, making more tougher shots. We told them it was going to be about the defensive end. It has been all season. And if you're going to come to the Dome and win a championship, you got to defend.
I noticed you guys were winning the hustle plays. Forrest out there, Hennig. You guys had a little bit of want-to and getting those loose balls.
Well, there's not many people on the West Coast that is as quick as Blake. So there's a loose ball. There's a good chance he's going to get it. And Jack Taylor, senior, I'm a big believer that unsung heroes show up, especially seniors at this moment. In the last two games, Jack Taylor and Marshall Smith have been amazing.
Yeah,
Coach, obviously not your first time here. You've been to the championship now 4 of the last 5 years. How big is that when it comes down to crunch time at the end of the game?
It's huge. I mean, our backcourt has played together since 3rd grade, and when you see those kids, I haven't seen Trevor cry ever, and he's shown a lot of emotion after that game. But to have that experience, you know, Trevor's sophomore year, he fractured his back the week of the state tournament. And, you know, and that was hard for him, you know, because we felt like that was one that we would have got, you know. So to see him come back this year and lead us to a state championship is special.
And it just goes to, you know, testament, being here so often, you have a good program in the Mount Si area, and it must come up, you'll start with these youngsters, you know, in the AAU programs and building up, and we've seen it in various areas. Success tends to build on itself.
Absolutely. I mean, we got a great Wildcat youth program. I mean, we got hundreds of kids that want to be a part of the high school program. We got kids that are talented at all grade levels. Our high school program itself is very involved with our youth, and so it's a great community.
And I just watching this game, we were just amazed at how many different people stepped up, and it seemed like you were going to have. Blake Forrest was going to be the star. Then it was going to be Hennig. Then it's going to be Taylor, and it just seems like everybody stepped up and had a moment in the spotlight.
Hey, Coach, you got to go take a picture with your state championship team.
Well, hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for all you do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wow, 72-58, Mount Si winning the state championship, and
that's Coach Griffith's second state championship. And you heard him attest it to just the youth program that they have, and a lot of these championship caliber teams that keep coming back, they have that program, and they start when they're young. You heard him talk about how this backcourt has played together since they were in third grade. So, and when it comes down to it, the tie that they have with each other is what will win them close games.
All right, we have senior Blake Forrest, and how's the cramp?
Oh my God, it was hurting so bad. It wouldn't go away. I was trying to stretch it out, it just wouldn't go away. But in this kind of game, you got to fight through that. Yeah, I'm not
and you did. Congratulations, young man. That was an outstanding performance, and I don't know if I've seen anybody chase down loose balls as hard and as fast as you have tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of game, I just got to work my hardest. You know, we've came here before and lost, so I was going to do anything in my power to not lose again. So getting those loose balls is huge in this kind of game.
Blake, you said you've been here before. Last year or 2 years ago, you guys lost. Now that you're on the winning side of it again, how does this feel for you?
It's just a dream come true because we were all so sad about how we lost. So it just feels so good, and we just feel satisfied because we've been talking about this all season, and to actually get the job done, it means a lot.
Seems your team has a lot of chemistry, and you guys know where you guys are, where each other is on the court. Your passing has been so good, and you were, you know, Hennig finding Taylor, you finding Hennig. You guys seem to know where everybody is on the court at all times.
Yeah, me and him have been playing since like kindergarten, so we already have that chemistry. And then Lat comes along, he just builds the chemistry even more. Off the court, we're all so close, so it just helps us even on the court. And practice every day, I mean, we just built that chemistry, and it's just easy for us in the game.
All right, you're a senior. Where are you planning on going next year?
I don't know yet. I got to figure that out, but definitely want to play college basketball, but yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I think you're going to be successful wherever you go and play.
Appreciate that.
It's been a lot of fun watching you. Congratulations,
Thank you
man.
so much,
You're a 4A champion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to say thank you. We're going to walk, and we have with us is
Jack Taylor.
Jack Taylor, and Jack Taylor is going to be, he needs to have one of those on. Jack, I think we haven't really discussed it, but you are our MVP of the game.
Thank you.
You came in big, and you were the star in that second half.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just tried my best for this team. As I'm a role player with Trev, Latin, Blake, the main stars, I just try to do the best I can to help my team win.
Or you were finding the open areas,
Yep.
and seems that they knew where you were going to be without even looking. They were finding you open underneath the basket, and you made it pay.
Yeah. Just cut into the basket. They didn't know where I was. Laid it up, hit some threes. Just had to do what I did to do for my team.
Jack, I'm going to ask a simple question. How does this feel right now?
Oh, my God, this feels amazing, dude. I mean, 2 years ago, I was a sophomore. Watched us lose in the state championship. It feels so good to be back and winning this chip. It feels amazing.
Well, great job, and we've enjoyed watching it. You were our MVP.
Thank you.
And now we've got Mr. Hennig coming in to talk with us.
Congrats.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You had an outstanding tournament, and boy, I think you and Blake, I don't think I've seen anybody chase loose balls as hard and as fast as you guys have. Any kind of contested ball, you were right there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been playing with him since kindergarten. We've been best friends since then. Anytime I can, we believe that we want to play 100% every play. So anytime there's a loose ball, we're going to give all our effort.
Trevor, your coach came over and told us how it was 2 years ago that you had a fracture back right before the state tournament. Now that you're here and the hard work you've gone through, how does this feel?
Feels amazing, man. Just that triumph, that adversity that you have to overcome is part of life, but to get here and actually do it is one thing. So, man, it feels great.
And you're playing with your little brother. That's got to be kind of fun.
Awesome, yes.
Just,
it's so cool. But, I mean, I love him. He's going to be a great freaking player. He's taller than me already, so yeah, he's gonna be really good. I love playing with him. It was one of the. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
We're gonna have to bring our cameras out in your backyard there and get some of the one-on-one games, huh?
For sure. They get intense. I don't know if you want to do that, but.
Well, hey, congratulations! Great game,
Thank
a great tournament.
Thank you very
it's been
much.
fun watching you, and go and enjoy it. 4A champion.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we are going to take a break. This is the Hardwood Classic right here on the WIAA Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Geesa Credit Union on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network.
All right, welcome back here. We're going to go to the Alderson's Award post-game show. And we're going to talk about, we already told him, probably the first guy who knows, Jack Taylor, that he is the MVP. But we're going to talk about why he's the MVP. Oh, well, first off, we're going to say who the MVP is sponsored by.
Yeah, it is Thorbeck's. They bring you the game MVP tonight, and it is brought to you by the Thorbeck's Wellness Center. Strong today, strong tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. And I just think Taylor, he showed up right there. He was available, got open, and he was able to, what did we end up with, 17 points?
I had Taylor for 17 points. And coming into the game, the Richland Bombers knew that Trevor Hennig was going to score. They knew that Blake Forrest was going to do what he did, hustle after every ball, and just be the athletic phenomenon that he is. Now, another person they thought was going to score was going to be Lat Ford. They did a really good job. And I got to give all credit to Richland for shutting Lat Ford down and kind of keeping it to the main two. One person they didn't expect was Jack Taylor, and that's why we're giving him the Thorbeck's MVP, because he came in and he honestly, if you ask me, I think he won them this game just due to the fact that he showed up when he needed to.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is it. They did not account for him, and he put up not only double figures, 17 points, and he's just hustling out there all over the store. Hey, we want to talk about the student crew and go ahead and give them the plug. They've been working hard all tournament long.
Yeah, I'm actually one of these students, and the reason why this is so awesome is it's given all these students an opportunity to get a look at what it's like through the lens of a professional career. And now for a week, all the students have been showing up 8 in the morning, and they're the last ones to leave here at 11:30. So an awesome group of hardworking students, and this has been a phenomenal crew. And you can see the names of the student crew from all the different schools coming through here. Those schools, a lot from the west side, but a couple from the east side, and those are Columbia River, Fort Vancouver, Hudson Bay, Skyview, Richland, Shelton, Washington, Franklin, Pierce, Curtis, and Bates Technical College. So once again, the crew, thank you guys for what you do. You guys are going to get shout-outs for all these games because you deserve it.
Yeah, they worked hard, and it's been a hard job to do. So let's wrap it up. It is a great game and a great win for the Mount Si Wildcats, the 4A champions, defeating the Richland Bombers 72-58. For Tony Davila, for Noah McFadden, for Max Schuster, I'm Perry Williams. This has been the 2024 Hardwood Classic, brought to you by the Geesa Credit Union here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Network.